So the PS5 Pro just dropped today. I'm not too happy with this release. I was kind of excited, but not really. I knew Sony was going to do something that's going to probably turn me away. They did drop the PS5 Pro at the price of $699.99, which is $700 before taxes. I know if you guys live in different countries, that's going to be a lot more money for you compared to the US. But $700 for a console is basically similar to the one we already have. I mean, just the way it looks is already similar to my PS5 Pro, which is crazy. Not Pro, but my PS5 Slim. And for drop a console for $700 before taxes, with tax, it's gonna be about $770. And if you want a disc drive, it's gonna be another $80. That's 800 something dollars right there. And say you want another controller, you getting up to $900,000 range, which is just crazy to me. And that's a console you cannot upgrade. If they release a PS6 in 2 or 3 more years, and he's paid $1,000 for a PS5 Pro, it makes no sense to me. I feel like this generation did not really need a Pro version, as I feel like technology has come so far now. 4K 60, I could care less about 4K. I really care about the 120 frames per second at 1440p or 1080. I feel like frame rates matters more. I don't know why these game publishers and game systems are pushing the highest resolution with the lowest frames per second. But that's about $1,000 right there. And just a couple weeks ago, I bought my PS5 Slim for around the $400 range with a disc drive from Best Buy, which I think it's a very fair price. I feel like the performance from the PS5 Pro is not going to really be too crazy. Like, I feel like how on, like, say you play Spider-Man, you have performance RT or you got fidelity. I feel like it's gonna be fidelity with a 60 frames per second. That's the most it's gonna go. But I just I don't understand why Sony would release this like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it help you when GTA 6 comes out. I don't know. But I feel like the PS5 Pro needed more features than what Sony's trying to push. Maybe Pro version lets you have backwards compatibility with PS3, PS2, and PS1 games. I think we should have done something like that. I know it can be done. I have a couple friends with hacked PS4s that are playing PS3 and PS2 games on them, which I don't understand why Sony just doesn't allow us to, or maybe even charges for a drive or something that plays PS2 and PS3 games that we could plug into the PS5. Just something like that to keep the consoles going a little bit more, because we all know the games right now as of recent have not been good at all. I feel like games now have not been creative. You go back and play the older like Tomb Raiders, go the older God of Wars, even like Dark Alliance, those games like that, just all around games. Even the racing games were better back in the day, like Midnight Club. And I always catch myself going back to play those games. I'm in college right now. I've been moving almost every year, just from apartment to apartment, just because you guys know how they try to raise the price up. But I would like to only carry one game system at a time. I don't like junking up my living area. I like keeping minimalistic living spaces, just one console behind the TV, that's it. But for some reason I've just been holding on to the PS3 just to go back to play those games. I would like to play those games on the newer console, so I want to go back and hold on to that game system. If Sony would have released a backwards compatibility drive or gimmick, do a gimmick where you have to just buy the Pro version, even though we know these current consoles could run it, I would go ahead and buy it. But for $1,000 for a console, one that you cannot upgrade, say the PS6 comes out in 2 or 3 more years and you spend $1,000 on a PS5 Pro, is the performance going to be similar to the 6? Is Sony going to kill the generations? Is this the end of the generation for PlayStation? Because I feel like we're reaching that point where we're almost like at, iPhone. They don't really do any significant upgrades to the phone. Everything's basically the same, from the CPU, the cameras, all just software updates every year. I feel like we're reaching that point with game consoles. Just because game consoles have to stay in a certain type of market, they don't have the ability to charge the higher prices for higher performance like PC does. But I don't know.